Hi, I'd like to call to order the November regular meeting of the Danville Board of Education. Welcome everybody who's with us tonight. Our first item on the agenda is to approve the meeting agenda. Is there a motion?
To approve the agenda. Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor of the motion, as stated, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Do we need to do that? Do we need to amend that?
You might amend it on the executive session item to add
Okay.
The agenda that is there lists a potential litigation matter, but we also have a personnel matter.
Okay.
So I can read that if you want.
Or do I need to rescind my motion?
Just a minute.
Maybe just amend it.
Okay.
I'd like to make a motion to amend
The agenda.
the agenda.
Okay.
We-
Yeah, go ahead.
Read this.
Read them right now.
Executive session in accordance with KRS 61.8101C to discuss potential litigation, the discussion of which would compromise litigation posture, and executive session to discuss personnel matter involving discipline of employee personnel to KRS 61.8101F.
Okay, so we have a motion to amend item 13 on the agenda. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor of that motion, state say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. So now we have our agenda all set up. We'll move on to reports and presentations. Are there any board member comments?
I was just wanted to say thank you. I don't know who's in the audience that had anything to do with Dancing with the Stars, but I got to start on this when it first got started 5 years ago, and I am floored. It was so nice for once to go and actually just kind of watch as a spectator, and just I was blown away. And Kathy Belcher is amazing, and all those that work so hard with her and for her leading up to that. I know the schools just do a tremendous job. So I just want to say a huge thank you to everybody that was involved with Dancing with the Stars. Again, it just amazes me the money that could be brought in, and I know what great things it has been used for in the past. And so I just want to say thank you to everybody that had something to do with Dancing with the Stars. It's just an incredible fundraiser. So
I second that. It was great.
Anybody else comments? I'll just point out Mr. Becker's not with us tonight. He had to be out of town and had let us know that last week, so we'll miss him tonight and have already wished him in advance happy Thanksgiving. So next on our agenda is the superintendent's report. Dr. Wood.
The Dancing with the Danville Stars event raised over $18,000. I really appreciate the Education Foundation's effort in doing so. The best part to me about this fundraiser is that while we fundraise all the time, and we sell lots of stuff to lots of you. And usually when we sell products to you, 50% of everything you buy, cookie dough, gift wrap, so forth, goes back to the company. When we do Dancing with the Stars, 100% of the money we raise stays in the Danville schools for the Danville students. It's one of the greatest fundraisers because the return on investment is, again, only the Danville schools that are benefiting from this for every single penny that's done. So that's 18 grand that comes back to the schools. Even tomorrow we'll be announcing a number of the mini grant winners. So teachers will start to see the benefits of their labor as well. So there's some very cool projects that are coming that you'll get to hear more about as our meetings continue. Want to make mention that our football Admirals will play Friday night at 7:30. They play Holy Cross of Covington for the state semifinals. We win this, we go to the state championships. Always nice to have it as a home game. That's 7:30 kickoff time. Hope everyone can make it out. Since the last time we met, also want to mention the fact we received 4 public relations awards at the statewide convention for school-based public relations. They were Distinguished Award for Social Media, Distinguished Award for Public Awareness, Distinguished Award for One-Time Publications, and a Proficient Award for Special Events. I want to thank Holloway Communications, Abby Piper, and the work of everyone that's been here and helping make our PR campaigns come to life. Award-winning is always an exciting thing to precede any statement with. And of course, I want to wish everyone a happy and healthy Thanksgiving. It's important for us to keep in mind that there are lots of families that will be able to spend time with family and have the resources they need. There's lots of families who will not, and I'm very proud of our Family Resource and Youth Service Centers and our schools in our local community who are doing tremendous outreach currently to make sure that every family in the Danville community is able to enjoy the holiday. able to enjoy a holiday break.
All right, thanks. Next is our District of Innovation report.
As we talked at the work session, at the Kentucky's District of Innovation meeting, we spent a lot of time, I took math teachers with me. We spent a lot of time discussing mathematics in the Danville schools. That was the same thing we talked about at the work session with issues of data analysis, intervention plans, curricular alignment, and program development. And I'm excited that the math teachers, particularly 6 through 12, got to spend that time together. And I think we'll be seeing much more come from their labors to make sure that our math program is reflective of the needs of our students and the performance moving forward. It's also able to present to the Economic Development Partnership, and then that's been a great deal of time with the Gateway work. They were very impressed with our work as far as the employability skills that we developed, the soft skills that we developed, because the Workforce Development Committee of the EDP is focusing on this and planning to do a series of events for the unemployed and underemployed in the Danville community. And they will be looking to us as a model of the kind of work and development that they can do for the community writ large. So that was also exciting stuff for us to participate in.
Okay, next, celebrations of excellence. Who will kick that off for us tonight?
Rob, you want to lead off? All right. Ron.
It's my pleasure, and this is becoming an annual event for us, to recognize the students who scored distinguished in all content areas at their grade level. This past week, we recognized all students who performed proficient or distinguished in any of the content areas. And I just want to shout out to our academic action team who put that together. Our action teams just make what we do at our school so much easier on myself and optimizes recognition of all of our students. So from third grade, all distinguished, for those that are here, come forward. Hensley Arnold, McLean Denny, Sam Finke, Andrew Lamb, Paul McClure, and Hadley Terrell. Our fourth graders, both of these individuals are second year all distinguished, Ava Drake and Ethan Stresswell. And for our third year in a row, Ramona Pierce.
I'll take some.
All right, thank you. Parents want theirs too.
Don't move. Don't move. Gotta wait for moms. Gotta wait for moms. Everybody good? Oh, wait, one more.
So on behalf of Hogsett Elementary, I have one presentation to make, and we are so very excited to be able to present this tonight to a staff member who has accomplished quite a feat, and one that promotes lifelong learning. And so this is one thing, you know, we also just celebrated our K-Prep results at our school, and we were happy to be able to share with the students that this is the fruit of being a lifelong learner. So at this time, I would like to present this certificate to newly commemorated Dr. Jennifer Green for completing her Educational Leadership Doctorate from the University of Kentucky, and she is our instructional coach.
So 25 years of school or so from now, you could be getting one of these. It took me 27 years of school. Congratulations. It's over.
Would you stethoscope?
I know,
That's what we just
exactly.
talked
That's what we were saying. The kids are going to come to me with fevers.
That's right. Yeah, no help. That's right, just.
Congratulations so much.
Okay. Congratulations to everybody, and thanks for everybody who came out tonight to be part of that. It's great to see our kids doing such good work and our adults as well. The next item on our agenda is the personnel report. It's included in our materials just as reference for personnel actions that have happened over the past month. The board members can find that there and refer to it. Next item on our agenda is reserved for the public. Is there anyone here tonight who would like to address the board? All right. We will move on to the next item, which is minutes of previous meeting. Is there a motion?
I make a motion to approve the October 10th, 2016 and the October 17th, 2016 meeting minutes. Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any questions on that? All in favor of the motion as stated, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion passes. The next item on the agenda is the BG1 project application for the Danville High School and Beck Middle School roof work. Is there a motion?
I move that we approve of the BG1 for the Danville High School and Beck Middle School roof replacement project with a projected cost of $666,553.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Mr. Dean, you want to?
Just as we talked about at the working session, the initial estimated cost is by the architect, and after we submit the BG1 and get approval, then we will get bids and make an amended BG1 based on what the cost of the bids coming in. So this is our first step in continuing our roof projects.
Okay. Anybody have any questions? We have a motion and a second on that item. All in favor of the motion as stated, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. The next item on the agenda is the finance report. Is there a motion?
I move that we approve the financial report as submitted.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Mr. Dean?
If you want to look at the materials that were sent to you, we ended the month, on page 1, we ended the month of October with a cash balance of $5,216,000. Some changes represents $137,000 increase from the prior month. This we'll talk about here in a second. We started receiving our tax receipts in the month of October. We'll go through that. The total receipts for the month were $2,902,633.69, while we had claims of $1.5 million, payroll of $1.2 million, for total expenditures of $2,765,318.80, and that gives us to our cash balance at the end of the month. And then below that, you can see how the balances are broken down by the various funds. Our general fund ended the month at $2,454,000 with some money in our sick leave escrow and also assigned for maintenance. And then you can see the various other funds as outlined. The construction fund at the end of the month was a little over $1 million at $1,013,000. So that's how those broke down. At the bottom of the page, you can kind of see we keep a monthly total on how our CD for our construction goes. For the month of October, there was a draw of a little over $1 million for the construction costs. For the month of November, I've already got on there. You can see it was $802,000. So as of the end of as of right now, in the month of November, we still got a balance in the construction CD of $9.6 million. If you want to flip to the second page where we outline the receipts for the month, just bring to your attention for the month of October, for the general fund, we added $480,687 of tax receipts. Now, this isn't the total amount. The total receipts for our taxes that we took in for October was $931,000. But some of that, as a requirement, goes into our building fund for the FSPK. So that some of that money was transferred in. So we did take in a total of $931,000, as compared to last year. At the end of October, we had $691,000. So a few more people coming in this month, taking advantage of the discount for early payment of their taxes. The next page, it shows the expenditures is broken down by function. You can see the amount for the month of October, the year-to-date, and then also in there is the kind of a comparison of year-to-date for last year. As you can see, for year-to-date this year, we're down in expenditures about $322,000 from last year.
Any questions for Mr. Dean? We have a motion and a second to approve the finance report. All in favor of the motion this state, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion passes. So next item on the agenda is payment of invoices. Is there a motion?
I make a motion for the approval of the payment of invoices totaling $1,561,214.96 as presented. Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second, Mr. Dean.
As stated earlier, our total claims for the month were a little over $1.5 million. If you go through the list of the payments, just kind of highlight some of them. The majority of that, as was stated, was for the Tolliver construction project, which totaled $1,010,000. We also had some payments for the Hogsett roof project, which is finishing up. Total on that was for the month was $28,000. We also had one debt service payment during the month, which was due November the 1st of $268,248.75. So that consists the majority of our payments right there. And so of those, that left just $232,450 payments for other items, just regular necessary expenditures.
Okay. Any questions? Anybody? We have a motion and a second to approve the payment of invoices. All in favor of the motion as stated, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Next item on the agenda is the 2015-16 financial audit. Is there a motion?
I make a motion that we approve the 2015-16 audit report. Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Mr. Dean, you want to summarize that for us?
Yes, the auditor came at the working session, presented the audit to us. We were given a clean, unmodified opinion on the audit, which means there was nothing that caused any concern. There were some comments that we have addressed and worked to correct.
Okay. Any questions on that item? We have a motion and a second to approve the audit report. All in favor of the motion as stated, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion passes. The next item is the preschool lease agreement. Is there a motion?
Make a motion for the approval of the Little Lighthouse sublease agreement as submitted. Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. You want to just kind of explain that briefly?
Yes, we have more preschool students than we currently have space for, which is a great problem to have. So we've made arrangements with Little Lighthouse to rent space from them for this school year. The agreement has been sent back and forth between their attorneys and Mr. Pennington, and we now have a point that is agreeable on all parties involved. We're taking over one of their rooms that's already a licensed child care facility, so it meets all of our standards. And Katie will soon review it in the same sort of ways, but we are ready to proceed with official board signature.
Okay. Any questions on that item? We have a motion and a second to approve the lease agreement. All in favor of the motion as stated, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion passes. Next item is staffing. Is there a motion on that?
I make a motion for the approval of the staffing changes as submitted. Second.
Okay, motion and a second. There's one item there you want to,
Based upon our special education numbers at Jenny Rogers, we need to add a half teacher position.
okay. Any questions, anybody? All right, have a motion and a second on that one. All in favor of the motion as stated, say aye. Aye. All opposed? That motion passes. Next is the consent agenda. Is there a motion?
I move that we approve the consent items as presented. Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor of the motion as stated, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion passes. That brings us to the item for the executive session. Paige, do you want to read that again?
Sure.
As a motion?
motion that we move to executive session in accordance with KRS 61.8101C to discuss potential litigation, the discussion of which would compromise litigation posture, and add executive session to discuss personnel matters involving discipline of employee pursuant to KRS 61.8101F. Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor of the motion as stated, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. So the board will go into executive session. After a brief break, we'll return to motion session. We don't anticipate taking any action, so we'll come back and adjourn the meeting.